I wanted to be so comfortable. How can I leave my book? I'll need this book. Who will be here? Who will join me? For now, it's me, myself, and I. But this is my first live on YouTube. So, yeah, I'm so happy. I can no longer say I've never been live because, yes, I've graduated. It's my first live. So congratulations to me. And welcome those who will find this YouTube live later. Welcome. And new subscribers, welcome. I'm Tisha Olifant. I've got a Facebook page, Feel at Home, where I discuss all the any home related topics, so you can get me the Feel at Home. And here on YouTube, I have my corporate journey, where I share my journey in corporate, what I went through, how things were. And welcome. I see someone is joining. As you are coming in, welcome. Thank you so much. And today I thought I'll do is sit down and discuss my experience regarding the one country that I went to. Welcome, sweetie. Hello, with your voice cover. Zabile. It's just the two of us, you know that song. So I'll take you, Zabile, since it's just me and you, and it's my first live on YouTube. I ended up phoning Unoti because I was getting so confused. Why is it scheduling? So I wanna just share, and those who will come in later will find this live. And yeah, I guess later during my journey I'll explain why I decided to record these. So basically I spoke to Unonsi, catching up with her yesterday, and she was saying how why someone, when she was live, requested Gucci, why is Ma not sharing like the traveling content? They'll be interested to learn or know or listen or watch is the videos. And I said, it's a difficult one with the travel content, because I can even see it, not everyone is eager to watch it. I don't know. Maybe it's because people are still there's people who travel, but some people are still buying into this new thing, your traveler. So I have no idea. But anywho, I have my reasons for sharing this content, and I would love it to stay for for future generation to come in and watch it. So after a trip with my daughter in Thailand, I decided to book a ticket and go to Cambodia. Cambodia is a country which is also in Asia, and yeah, not much is said about it. Those who've been, they're welcome to drop their comments on the comment section. And thanks for commenting and Abuzamile Kanje and liking and sharing. It makes a huge difference. And for myself, more than anything, for myself, especially when it comes to my travel journey. My corporate journey is for everyone to learn and share, but my travel journey is more for myself. And of course, I'm putting it up here for certain reasons. So I decided to book a ticket, rather a flight, and go explore in Cambodia. So a day before I needed to fly out, so Unonzi left Monday morning, and I was scheduled to fly out that particular Wednesday morning. So a day before I needed to fly out, I realized, oh my gosh, it's not a visa free per se, it's visa on arrival. Welcome. I'm happy. I see you saying you're happy. It's visa on arrival. And it took me off a bit, off balance. Oh, I thought it's a visa free country, but expect to get e-visa, so you can apply it 3 days before you departure, or you can apply it when you get to the airport, and it's about $35. But what had changed my mind about going to Cambodia was the fact that, number one, I heard that there's mosquitoes there, and it's recommended that you get the malaria vaccine. And I don't have, I've never taken one. And I was like, how am I going to deal with this? But upon researching further, because research is life, research is everything in anything that you want to do in life, I found out that in big cities, and I was heading to a big city, Phnom Penh, you really don't need to worry that much about mosquito bites. So I thought, you know what? Seeing I've already booked the tickets, there's no need to forfeit the money. Let me just go. So another big point that put me off. First, it was the mosquito story and the malaria. The last thing you want is to get sick in a foreign country. And the second one was that they are big on snatching bags, they are big on snatching phones. And I mean, someone will say, someone coming from your country, why is it a big deal? It was a big deal, and that put me off. Because now, how am I even gonna take some few videos to upload and share if you can't even use your phone there? And welcome to those who've just joined. But Unonzi said, hi Ma, why are you insisting on going? First you realize there's mosquitoes there. Now you realize they're gonna snatch your phone. So rather forfeit the ticket, the amount that you paid. And I said to myself again, we always have excuses and we find faults in everything. I can't do this because it's like this. I can't go there because what if this happened? I said, get behind me, devil. I'm here to explore, and explore is what I'll do. So I packed my bags and checked out on Wednesday morning, and a last conversation was, I'm no longer going there because of those issues that I've just uncovered about Cambodia. But I decided I've already booked the ticket. I'm not going to forfeit. Every cent counts. I want my rent to stretch. So I can't have monies that I throw down the drain because of ABCD. Then I said, let me just, I wonder why am I, oh, sorry guys, let me leave what I'm trying to do. I was trying to see why am I not seeing some of the, let's see here. Okay. So then I left. I left Bangkok in the morning to go to Cambodia. And along the way, I met someone in the plane whom we had a deck conversation, and we sort of were building a friendship in that very same moment with that person, and he was also going to Cambodia for the first time, excited as ever, but energetic like crazy. I've got the energy myself, but his energy was on another level. But I don't want to say much. He's an amazing soul, and I thought we'll pick up again when I go back to Bangkok, because I couldn't meet up with him in Cambodia for certain reasons. So got to Cambodia, guys, and there is transport galore. So if anybody ever wish to travel there, after this live, you can decide whether it's a country you want to do or rather skip, but the transportation, number one, is amazing. There's tuk-tuks everywhere. There's, I'm not sure about motorbikes. I used mainly a tuk-tuk. Even leaving the airport to go to my hotel room, I use a tuk-tuk. I've made notes, guys, because I was in Cambodia for 4 nights, 5 days, but there's a lot that I experienced in that very short period. So I don't want to miss out anything. Number one, there's issues with mosquitoes, but not if you go into big cities like Phnom Penh or Siem Reap. So you don't have to stress. But if you're going to go to rural areas, make sure you vaccinate. Number two, visa. E-visa, apply for your visa, $35, 3 days before departure, working days preferably, or you get to the airport. I got mine when I got to the airport, and they want cash, no cards, so they will direct you to the ATM to withdraw the monies, and yes, you just pay. They use both currencies, the Cambodian reals or the US dollars. Even when you shop around the Cambodia, it's two currencies. So there I was realizing, okay, they've got tuk-tuk and airport had their own transportation, and me being me, I was now comparing prices, moving from one window to the next, asking how much is the tuk-tuk from here today. I'm still waiting for the video on tips for booking flights and travel. Okay, I'll bring it, and I'm happy to be here. But why are these messages disappearing? Unlike on Facebook, which they stay, I can still read. Someone writes, it shows, and then it disappears. But we'll learn as we go along. I'll do that video there. Now that I know how to go live. This is my first live, by the way, and welcome to everyone. So eventually I got into a tuk-tuk, and it took me to my hotel. What, we all travel differently, and you guys also travel differently. You've got your own priority list, things that they say, what's the word again, break, deal breakers. You won't do this, you rather starve but travel on a business class, or you rather sleep in a five-star hotel and not go anywhere. We all are different. For me, the accommodation is the big part. And guys, just to lay my head on a clean white, in a clean white on a clean white pillowcase and clean linen, because I'm hardly in my accommodation. Now I'm here because I'm doing this live, but I had something else planned. So, but for me, that is big, and it needs to be decent. And it's something that I'm also starting to learn. Uguti, I must cut down. I mustn't go too big and say go big or go home. I need to adjust and still find something that is within budget but still decent. And what I'm gonna do in this country, which I'll share with you where I'm at, is start at an entry level and go to mid budget. I'm talking accommodation, and then go to top notch and feel all of them. So right now I'm at the entry level. My next move will be mid budget, and I'll close it off with those 5 stars. And it's a country that you're welcome to try that, because apparently they've got top-notch 5 stars. We'll see whether there'll be a difference or not, and I'll share that with you. But today we're talking about Cambodia specific. So everything was fine. It was one of the entry-level hotels that I booked into, and I always book one night, guys, and see how's the environment, because I don't know the country, I don't know the area. What if it's noisy, I can't sleep, or people are fighting? Then I know I can book out or check out the next day and book elsewhere. So I always do that. But if I'm much comfortable, then I walk downstairs or pick up the phone and tell them I'm extending. Then that's how I do my traveling. I don't like to do this booking, more especially if you are unsure. If you're happy with the reviews, you've been there, you are comfortable, then you can book your whole week, you can book your 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever, how long you'll be in that country. But if you're unsure, my tip is try and give it 2 nights at least, see how you feel, and move on. And for me, this traveling is about experimenting, which is my big part of my life. So, and not only something that I'm doing now, I love to experiment. So I rather go into different places, different towns, different cities, see new things, try new places, try new food. Even if it's the same country, I'm sure we find different restaurants. So let's come back to Cambodia now. Booked only 2 nights. Got there, was comfortable, was fine, but the surrounding was hectic. It's a hectic country, guys, because they are I've never seen so many motorbikes in my life as I've seen in Cambodia. And there are few, when I say few and far between traffic lights. We always say Joburg is hectic. Guys, we've got organized chaos. If you were to take our taxi drivers and bring them here, I don't think they'll be, guys. Someone will be chipping in with like 10 motorbikes going this way, that 10 going this, and they know what they're doing. It is so scary. When I was in tuk-tuks traveling, I was like, Lord, I think engenza ngingahambi. I always look. Oh my word. How can I see these messages? Thixo, uphi when I need her. I really live. Let's see. Make them visible. Oh, when you click, you finally find some. Mina, I think iyona nto ma engenza ngingahambi. Kanti guys, why these messages disappear like this? Just may not be visible. Hide. I don't want to hide them. I always look for nice accommodation and food is a must. Then ogunye can follow. I get you, Sisi. If food, I don't even, as much as I would try their own cuisine, like I don't travel to Cambodia to eat pizza or burger. I want to try their Cambodian meals, and I did that. But if food is not big, Minanje is the accommodation, and we all have our own, choices. So, guys, it's chaos. It's chaos when you try and cross the road. I was near the riverside, so there's a nice river. You can go on a boat there and see sunsets. They have dinner in the evenings. It is so awesome. When I tried to cross over, it is a nightmare, guys, because number one, their left is our right in SA. I think I've shared this about Mexico. So you need to look the other way when you are checking the oncoming traffic, and look the other way when you are checking which is opposite of what we do. We say left, right, left. There, here it's right, left. Others are, guys, it's so chaotic, but I enjoyed it. The only big thing that I will bring up, which I've already shared, is the snatching of phones and bags. Even the Cambodians will tell you 100 times. While I was in the tuk-tuk, and they say it's guys in motorbikes, while you are busy with your phone, they grab it, they snatch it. There's no smash and grab because those tuk-tuks don't have windows, so they just grab and they are gone. Your bag, if you hang it like this, they grab it and they are gone. And most Cambodians will warn you. So they were instilling that fear. Almost everyone that I met would say, be careful, be careful. And guys, if people in their own country tells you to be careful, you really need to be careful. So there'll be guys who'll ask me, where are you from? Everyone gets interested, but very few people speaks English. That's another challenge. Language barrier in Cambodia is big, big, big. They'll ask, where are you from? South Africa. I'll tell them. And then now they start being curious. Are you traveling alone? And it's shocking for them, a woman traveling alone. But I just say, no, I'm with my friends. And that's another tip. Always say, I'm with my sister. And leave it at that. Or sometimes just pretend you don't understand what they're saying and walk away. And those guys, what I really, really appreciated with Cambodians, mostly men, guys, those guys hustle. They hustle like you won't believe. This is during the day with these tuk-tuks, with whatever they are selling. So I would take a tuk-tuk and say, I'll use an example. I went to S21. Cambodia has their own history, and for me it's important when I visit the country to understand their history, what they've been through, what they're all about, what their culture is. I even ask, and it's difficult because the language barrier, but I try and find someone who speaks English and say, what's the culture in this country? So I've picked up the culture on Thailand, not so much about Cambodia because I haven't found someone, but I'll certainly do and try and understand what Cambodians are all about or who they are exactly. So I went to S21. It's a museum where they discuss what Cambodians went through during their own unfair share of each genocide. So when I booked, and guys, it's draining, like what the filthy apartheid did to us as South Africans, it's a similar situation in Cambodia. So I took a day and I went there and I spent like 4 hours. It's a lot to take in and it's draining and it's hot. Cambodia is as hot, not as hot as Thailand, much less hotter, but it is still, you get sweaty, you shower 10 times, it is crazily hot. So guys, don't forget your sunscreen, your hats, very, very important, and that mosquito repellent. I sprayed like crazy because I didn't want anything, even though I was in Phnom Penh, in the capital city. So when I booked the tuk to take me to S21, I'm talking about these hustlers. Yo, they are on steroids. Guys, it is mind blowing. It is annoying and amazing. I stood there as a hustler myself, and I was wowed by those guys, out of this world. They will say, "Where are you going?" You'll tell them, "I'm going to Genocide S21." "Oh, okay, okay, come, come." Then you say, "Hold on, how many dollars?" Then they tell you. Then you negotiate a bit, which I don't do much because they're trying to feed themselves and those who care for their kids. I don't know what's the culture in Cambodia, whether the family men or they neglect their families, like some of our South African men. And then I always think this person needs to feed their family. So I'll negotiate a bit, and if there's no need, I'll just pay, While they're taking you there, they always already, guys, 100 times, they've carried this board with other interesting areas or spots that you can go to. And they're like, "I'll wait for you." Guys, when I went to S21, I spent 4 hours. How can someone wait for you? Now you must be rushed, you must feel anxious, and you're worrying about them that they're waiting. "I'll wait for you. Afterwards, this is where I'll take you. This is the killing fields. This is where the palace is." Oh, you tell them, "Okay, no, say thank you. Just take me to where I'm going, and then I'll decide when I'm there." They'll stop the tuk halfway. Again, they now negotiating. The hustle spirit in Cambodia is on another level. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, yesterday I went to church, figured out my way. That's the first thing I do when I land, is to check how far is a Catholic church, even if it's a predominantly Buddhist country. Like this is mostly Muslim. Already I know when is mass, where's the church, and I'll find my way there. So yesterday I'm trying to find my way to church, book the transport. The guy took me there. Coming back, I stopped this guy. I'm asking him, "Can you take me back to my hotel?" Show him the address, and that helps. More especially if you can't speak the language, just have your screenshots, show people where you're going. Try and because you don't have, unless you buy the SIM card. In my case, I only use available Wi-Fi, which is normally in the hotel or at the hotel or airport only. So before I leave, I will translate everything that will make my life easier in their language and English, and just show them. It makes life easier. That's another tip. The guy who took me from church back to my hotel, and I was rushing to go and check out, and sadly that when I got there, the times that were on the website about when church starts were totally different. But I spoke to sister and asked her to please, they need to update it for tourists. It's frustrating, and it went fine. But on my way back, the driver of it tuk now, I show him where I'm going, my hotel, my address. Then he turns around and say, "Come, come, let's go." Thank God I'm in. I have been trying. Shame, so sorry, sorry, sweetie pie. Yo, and I left Ilona the link to make life easier. I welcome, Nancy, my baby girl. So yeah, so on my way back, this guy, I'm like, "I'm going back to my hotel. This is where I'm booked." He looks, he says, "Oh, okay, come," and he charges me. He takes me. Halfway, I'm talking about the spirit of hustling in that country. There's no room, guys, for excuses, Cambodians. Halfway, he stops the tuk in his Cambodian language. I can pick up most, because even if sometimes we don't understand the language, the spirit tells us what's going on. Even if someone is gonna do something back to you, before they even do the move, it tells you, inner being tells you what is going on. So he is asking the guy, "Where is hotel so and so?" Now I turn around, and guys, I end up speaking to them in Zulu because they don't understand English anyway. So I turn around and say, Bongisaphi ungazi ukuthi ngiyaphi. And he laughs because he knows I'm asking, why did you take me and say you'll transport me to my hotel if you don't even know where my hotel is? That is their spirit. They are hungry for business. They are standing in that heat. Guys, that country is boiling hot and making moolah. Making moolah. Secondly, when the sun sets, boy, oh boy, you know, in most cases, South Africans will say, oh no, we can't all be business people, or can't be all be business minded. Who's gonna buy from us? We can't all be graduates, you know. Sorry guys, then who's gonna clean for graduate? That mentality, guys, that mentality doesn't exist in Cambodia. If I tell you, Cambodia is one of the few countries, in fact, it's the only one, and apparently in Japan, but these are not facts. Cambodia, for sure, that's a fact proven, that doesn't have McDonald's. Cambodia doesn't have McDonald's. You know why? Because Cambodians believe, or their staple food is rice and fruits and veggies. There is no room for junk. Secondly, because guys, the competition of food, street food, restaurants. My hotel only served breakfast because they knew there was no place for lunch. There's no kodwa bakithi ubekusaphi ngempela sisi ngiyabuza ngithi ungisaphi ungazi nokuthi ihotela lami likuphi. Didn't he crack himself because he figured out? I'm like, when? And he stopped someone who was busy to say, where is this place? I'm taking her to her place. And that's how hectic they are. And guys, I wish and pray that we can get to that level where we don't make excuses. Sunset, they all push these tuk-tuks, and their tuk-tuks are not only for transporting people. They turn them into, you know, to pull their mobile kitchens. Guys, when the sun goes down, of course, during the day, you find people selling here and there foodies and fruits, and you best smoothies. They even have sugar cane smoothie. I was just bound to try it because of the someone said it's very sweet, but they have everything. But at night, the granny of the grannies leaves the home and go and hustle. So they all push these kitchens now. This one is selling this. They even have frog curry. Yes, ikari yamakoko. Frog curry. They pushing their frog curries. They eat ants as well, and they just go to their spots in numbers. I get Koti, if we all open up restaurants, who's gonna buy? They are all hustling. My main take, a positive, is the hustling spirit from Cambodia. And I'm a hustler myself. And guys, Mina, I'm a beast. When I want something, you know, and I'm so positive minded because it's all about the mindset, I go to lengths. You know, I hope one day I'll share my stories. Did you try the frog curry? I couldn't, sis. Yo, I looked at the menu. I'm like, yo, frog curry. Must I go for it? I was just worried more than anything. I don't mind if I get it in a restaurant. I'll try the frog curry. Even the snake. They eat snakes as well. I'll try a snake. My biggest worry during a traveling is food poisoning. That is my fear, and I shouldn't travel with the fear. And thanks to Nonsi, because in Finland they're big on milk. So they drink milk like how we will drink a cold drink or water for those who are much healthier or chooses healthier options. So it helped. Every time we tried something, even Unonsi knew, Unonsi goes because she travels like crazy and eats everything. And these frog curries, I'm not sure if my child has tried them. So she'll taste along the way. Ma, I wanna just walk around and nibble on something. And I look at the something, it looks so good. And I think to myself, will my stomach welcome this or reject it? And I'll be turned off. So, because they stand there for hours on that heat, I worry, Gucci, it's standing there. And guys, when it's chicken, don't even take chances. Maybe these frog curries, you can take a chance and try them, and then drink milk. The milk helped me a lot. Yesterday I tried a soup. It was boiling hot. I went for a soup. uh, I've got a picture, and this soup had pigs, everything from the pig's liver, guys. I mean, a pig, I like a bacon pan, but I just had to remove myself from a comfort zone. Part of this journey is just to let go of the comfort and things that I'm used to, and just align my brain hectically. So as much as I still stick to my comfort life and my psychological comfort stage, I remind myself, good, no, you need to move away from that. Mom, the life looks so good. Thanks, sweetie, thanks. I needed to make sure it is, and the lights is amazing. And guys, here, I think it's around 5 already, 4 or 5. I'm now 6 hours ahead. Cambodia was 5 hours. This country is now 6 hours ahead. So I need to catch you guys as early as possible. So if you're still waking up, don't get irritated. Anyway, I'm doing these lives to leave them here, and those who care to listen and who are interested to listen. And that's what I started with. It's so difficult to even share the traveling information. And what pushed me was saying, someone asked, why you is not sharing. Number one, it's because I just don't think many South Africans are interested in traveling, or maybe they are, they just have bigger fishes to fry, or they're focusing on bigger projects. They even neglect, the traveling content, which, guys, I always say, if you have a dream, no matter how far-fetched it might look, just feed your soul and your mind with the dream, then it will come through. Watch programs that speaks to that which you want to be tomorrow. Before you know, God will make it happen. So if traveling is something that you love and something that you dream of, don't now say, I am going to watch Unon's videos on traveling. Watch, because I don't have money now, I'm not working. Guys, watching that will propel you to do things, to hustle like Cambodians, that will take you far. We hustle ourselves as South Africans. I will not forget that. We are crazily hustlers. But this left me going, Lord, this is on another level. Don't your mom's very beautiful. Thank you so much, Sweetie Pie. So yeah, I was still sharing Uguti. Try the street food, try the own. I went to a restaurant last day. I did take few videos, not as many as I would have loved to, because everyone was warning me. So after this live, and that's what I'll do, I'll go to a country, tell you about the highlights and lowlights, but I'll call it my experience in that particular country, and then later share the video regarding that country. Few does get inspired and want to try. Some have started, but in general, it's a tough one. You like, do I even share it? Do I keep it? They have started, but in general, ma'am, it's true, they don't. Yes, but I'm hoping slowly but surely we'll get to the travel spirit. And another point, when you look at other YouTubers from other countries, when they share the travel videos or vlogs or info, people flock in. The numbers tells you it's a country that travels. It's a country that's hungry to go out there and see what the world is all about. Because traveling is exactly that. For me, traveling is to just come and admire God's creation. Ubuhle bendalo kaThixo. I see God in the beauty in South Africa. And when I go out, I'm like, guys, I'm gobsmacked. God, did you really take time to create this? So I go out into Explorer, and that's what took me to Cambodia, and I saw God's beauty. even the, I didn't go to so many places like the temple. Someone was saying Phnom Penh is too hectic. It's a big city, guys, and that's why there's this snatching of bags and phones. But if you go to Siem Reap, which is a much slower city, and its greeneries, the people are laid back, you will thoroughly enjoy it in Cambodia. And there's other cities as well. They also have a city that's got the ocean, so if you want to go and just relax and uqansa impunde santin, that's what the Xhosa people say, and I love that saying, because when someone asks me and I'm going on a vacation, where am I going into, ndisayoqansa sana, ndisayoqansa impunde santin. So if you really want to do that, you can do that. I only went to Phnom Penh because I just didn't have enough time. And when I read reviews about Siem Reap, which I'll go some other time, people were sort of, it's not, I guess they compare the two and they think it's boring, but I'll definitely go back. It's a country I'll go back to and watch my bag and watch my phone. And coming from Thailand, it was so difficult. We had our bags and monies displayed, so that was another challenge. So I want to share that the transportation galore, you can download the Grab and just call for Grab wherever you are, or just use the tuk-tuk. Those guys also reasonable charges. You won't have to stress. They have apps if you want to order in, which I don't know why would you do that, because there's restaurants. You want to go sit, you want to go mingle, get to know people. I met few people, and there's people that I decided to lose along the way, because yeah, guys, the spirits weren't channeling so well. Not to say they were bad people, mom. Don't forget to remind us uh about reviews. Let me see. Mom, don't forget to remind us about reviews before booking for. Yes, and that's a big one, guys. Even here, please, before you book your accommodation, check for AMA reviews, see what other people's feelings are. But guys, you'll always find that person, nothing makes them happy. So ignore that one or two. But if more people are saying, unclean, 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 and they rating it a one, stay away. Safety, number one. I'm traveling, black woman, alone. My safety is of paramount. I need to make sure I am safe. I need to make sure Guti, I'm in the right place at night. The other day I was talking to on the phone, and it was, you could hear the doof doof doof. I'm like, and I think there was like some celebration of some sort, and I was thinking, if it was my country, I would most probably went out and checked or asked what is going on, who are they celebrating. But in a foreign country, you can't be seen walking at night, and and when you are traveling alone. With friends, with family, you can take chances, and there'll be times where I'll miss uba no no, oh, if my daughter was here, we would go and try this out. And if I went out, guys, I made sure by 7 I'm out. And I stood out like a sore thumb, because I'm this dark skinned black woman alone. So, and I just saw males all over. They watch and they stand and look and stare. It's Asia, guys. So I needed to make sure I'm safe myself. I'm not saying they'll do anything. And Cambodia is known for violent crime on tourists as well. I'm not saying I don't know the stats, but people warn of that. So I would dismiss people and be stern on that. When someone approaches me and they want to start nonsense, I'll just dismiss them immediately and walk and not look back. So there's lots of things that, especially if you are a solo traveler, I'm a solo traveler, so I take extra precautions. And being a woman, I met few people who are traveling as well, and we shared the same sentiment. Uguchi, we need to be safe. We need to do this way, but you can't let a fear stop you to live your dream. It has always been my dream. I've worked hard for years to fulfill what I'm currently doing. So I've shared the eating of the frog curry, and the amount of of motorbikes that are on the road. A granny is on the motorbike. The whole family, guys, you know a motorbike can take a driver or one extra passenger. Cambodia, if you are a family of 5, guys, I'm not exaggerating, all 5 are on. They even carry the infants. Oh Lord. And these things are chipping in front of, oh my word. I almost had a heart attack. I'm a brave woman, but what I saw, I really wanna unsee it. And there'll be small kids, you know, with us will say, make sure the seatbelt is on when you put your child in the car. Guys, they carry these kids like this. The father who's driving this motor, riding this bike with one hand. This little soul is here. The mother is chatting to another little one at the back. 4. If it's a family of 5, they'll squeeze on top of. That was fascinating, and nje guys, it left me disturbed ukuthi Lord, and the way they are many and some disobey the rules, and that you hardly see traffic lights. You expect to see accidents everywhere. I haven't seen one. They know how to do their thing in their own country. I mean, they were born and raised, and yeah, they aged in the grannies. I ask myself, I struggle to go get on a motorbike. How is this Gogo gonna get off? And Gogo is there driving himself or catching a lift. And guys, others don't even go in like this. You know, in a motorbike, your legs must be just, guys, like a madam sitting and the legs are on the other side. The one lady, the push in that she had on, and they like Nigerians, they like amapakapak. The push in that she had on when that motorbike was on top of the pavement, because that's how they drive. They're on pavements, they're on things they shouldn't be on. That pushing was left behind, and the motorbike had to stop, and in the middle of all the chaos and fetch ipaka so just picture that. Fascinating, crazy, and yeah, and it stops the person's heart. So transport, you won't go wrong. Plenty of food, don't stress. If you love McDonald's, bring your own McDonald's from home. There isn't one. And one fact, the Cambodian flag is the only flag in the world that has a building on it, the only one in the world. So I've covered most of everything. And please, when you're there, try their passion smoothie to die for. Ma, please say hi to Mangoba. How bagithi Mangoba? Mangoba. Oh, he doesn't believe you. Mangoba. Moy? Moy? Huh? Terve moy Mangoba. Uthini uthi ugogo wenzani? I'm sure he's smiling like that. The smile sikaManqoba esi amazingly so avela, that warms my heart. Terve moy wena mzukulu wami. So yeah, guys, and the heat wave is crazy. I spoke about crime. Be careful when you are there, but still go. I mean, each country has its own problems, and there's markets as well. Just like in Thailand, they've got Russian market, they've got Central market, they've got Nights market. Try the market, excuse me, and negotiate. And in Cambodia, I went to the Central market only. They have a full section on each jewelry. They big on jewelry, so they've got your earrings, your, but guys, a massive section. And because I didn't pre-translate uguti, is it pure gold, is it pure platinum, silver, they just say yeah, because very few people speaks English. And you know, when people don't speak English, they look as though they are unfriendly, because when you say, can you speak English in Turkey, what I appreciate is that when you say speak English, they say no, speak English. At least they respond, and then they walk away. In Cambodia, when you say, do you speak English, they just leave you there. I went to this one restaurant where I had soup. None of those people could speak English. And guys, it was clear I wasn't going to be able to order, because the more I say, can I have something? Can I order? And guys, you need to speak simplest, in a simplest form. You try and put words together, because if you're going to go there and just flow with it, you've lost everyone. They just left me there. Guys, but I insisted I will have the soup. Whether English or not, ngizoyidla le sopo. And I figured out a way you go order. And you also learn on how to have these conversations with people who don't speak English. And this country, apparently English is their second language. So they do. And most people do. You still find, I went to buy a bus ticket when I was at the airport, and the one lady didn't hear a thing I was saying, and the other guy fluent, because I said, apparently you can get a card and load it. I mean, now it's big English when you're trying to speak to someone who speaks little English, and you load cash, and you just tap everywhere you go. You use this particular card. And this guy said, okay, that works in KL. Here, we KL1, I think they separate it like that. Here, we don't use that. But when you get to the city center, you can. And I was like, oh, refreshing. But most people, they do speak English, unlike other countries. So yeah, when you get to these foreign countries, Asian countries more especially, even some of other continents, English becomes a waste of time. Amount of guys, one important part that shocked me. So these are the shockers for me. The fact that the traffic is crazy with so many motorbikes and less traffic lights, and I just saw, accidents, your loss of life. It's a shocker. Another shocker, guys. And if there's any Cambodian, please clarify. Maybe I misread this. Guys, I don't even want to say this in English. I'm going to say it in Zulu. You'll forgive me. Cambodia, igcwele abomkhulu babelungu abeza from Europe, abeza from US. Guys, I'm talking abomkhulu. Abanye bahamba ngamadondolo, and they are busy with these young Asian ladies. Hayi, inglimazile leyo. I had ukuthi ngike ngikhuleke ukuthi kwenzakalani. But me being me, I had to go read up. Ooh, guys, I had to read up, and I needed to stop, but I couldn't. So it is big on sex tourism. Hey, it breaks my heart, because when I read some more, uthola ukuthi nginabomama, and I won't say it in English, abanikela ngabantwana babo. Thank you for the mangoba thing, mom. Was it's cheaper. Oh, sis, was clothes cheaper in Cambodia and UK. Oh, and since I should have gone for the week, I saw one lady only a central market selling wigs, and I couldn't go. So guys, it's disappointing, but yeah, ukubona nje ukuthi when these guys seba reach the, I don't want to say end impilo yabo, mara they go there. Basithatha kanjani? And guys, I don't see much of it in South Africa. I'm sorry. Maybe someone might beg to differ. Maybe you are in a space. La, it was all over. And the young ladies, when they see a couple, they wanna eat the guy. They don't care ukuthi these two are coupling. They just call ukuthi, come, come, I'm ready. So, and it's a norm, and apparently it's something that's not mentioned. So, because it's one of our countries who went through a lot, and they trying to put the pieces together, maybe it's their way of making ends meet. I don't know. But guys, It's not a space where you want your younger generation to go. I wouldn't allow uNcunu athi mangisaye Cambodia by myself. I'll solo travel. It was mostly abantombazana wase-Asia. Kodwa-ke hayi ukuvikela umntwana entombazana. So I will say a big no for young girls if they wanna take a trip baye lapha ziyabuya. I saw it. Nje you read between the lines ukuthi sengimdala phela nami ngiyazazi izinto ukuthi hayibo these guys are big, and guys it's everywhere, not ukuthi it's only secluded area. So ngisho also travel, I went around the actual city and nje moved left right. I ended up saying, Lord, what is going on? That's another thing I just want to unsee, because ukubona bomkhulu bethatha advantage alabantwana. And of course, most Asians don't age, so they age gracefully. You might look at them and think they're young, but they are much older. But mina ngibona abantwana maybe badala banepasi bayayazi into abayenzayo. So that was a big shocker for me. I didn't want to say it in English. Bayoze ba-block i-passport yami, but she can't come here. Ufike akhulume indaba zethu. And guys, I I had a conversation with someone. Hey! What? It's not mentioned. Of course, not from there. Bulala. You choose who you speak to. What? It's a norm. And abantu bala abayikhulumi. So uNontubuze ngendaba yempahla. Rand is much stronger in Cambodia, just like in Thailand. So the Thai bahts are weaker than the rand, and then the Cambodian reals are weaker than the rand. So the rand goes a long way. Excuse me, I mean, I'm trying to think. I bought a t-shirts for like 100 rands. I'm sure we also find t-shirts for that amount, but it's a in the Central Market, it's a stall with Zara clothing. You know, Zara this, Zara top, Zara. So it's a Zara t-shirt for 100 rands. And what they have, they big Guma labels. They big on these Nike, obviously, guys, copy, or you wanna call it replica, whatever the word, might be fake, but there's different grades to call these things. When you are in clothing industry, you know when to call it fake, when to call it copy, and when to call it a replica. They big. So you wanna buy something and you are turned off. Why is it branded Gucci? Why is it branded this? They are big on that, but they do sell clothing, pieces of clothing that are not branded, and they're stunning, and the prices aren't bad because Iran is much stronger. Another thing, if you go to the Central Market, I'll speak to the Central Market because I went there. You can get there and wash your hair. I went and I teased them and I said, can you wash my hair? They were not impressed because they thought it was not a joke. It was an ugly joke. You know, some people don't get me. And then around there you get people who can do your nails. And guys, when I went there, both my these were in shambox. They were like shambox. I had to fix these two, and my he paid the gelish that I've had there was over 2 months. It was screaming for help. So when I got to the Central Market, I had to soak off. Soak off gelish on my feet, off my feet, and then fix these two, and it was only 130. Soak off and paint, gelish paint. I can't leave that out. So soak off ipad yami ye-gelish, and then paint new gelish, and then fix these two to at least align with these. Only 130 rands with Central Markets. But if you go to their nail bars which are within the area, you'll pay a bit more. So if you are in Cambodia, save your hair wash. Hopefully they'll be able to wash it if it's not dreadlocks. And a lot of ladies are washing their hair there. I walked around and I saw that at a fraction of a price. Like they say to wash your hair, it's like I'm trying to think now. $4 or something, very, very reasonable. $2, and with nails, just as reasonable. So go shop for clothing, go shop for jewelry, and take care, have your me time. They don't have your fancy nail bars, it's a market, guys. So they've got stalls just like how our market are like, and they'll have clean, others are very clean, and there's areas that are filthy like anywhere else, and they'll have their Q-Tex, the soak offs, and the machines, and the whatever, the lights to dry up, and you just go and do your thing at only 130. I got a shock. I went for a massage where I was booked. The massage is around, they said how much? I think about $5, which is around 100 and something. That is also reasonable for an hour. $5 for an hour. But I went to this place where I saw amazing reviews for my Cambodian massage. I've had Thai massage. I wanted to try the Cambodian, and it was an hour full body massage and the foot reflexology, and I paid quite a bit. It was around 700. So that was a treat. So every now and then I treat myself. But if you look out for certain areas, you can, just like in Thailand, have a full body massage for just over 100 rands, because in Thailand it's about 125. So that's my sharing. That was my experience. And if you guys have been to Cambodia and you have something else to share, please drop it on the comment section. And if there's other things that you want me to look out for as I travel, please do let me know. And I know there's ladies, there's guys who say, I wanna sell. Like I said, Bangkok is the best place if you wanna sell phones. Some people buy phones from China, but I found Bangkok to also be a right spot to stock your stuff and get it in South Africa and sell it at a much higher price. But like I said, you need to get the best of the best supplier. You need to know how you'll get it back home, what taxes you'll pay, and all that jazz. But Asia is a place to be if your budget is not a fortune. It is amazing because some countries, not all of them, our rand is much stronger. And if you just Google which countries the currency is lower than the rand, there's a whole list of those countries where you can go. Your Mexico, also same country. Your Turkey slightly less, but it is less. Your Cambodia, your Thailand, I'm trying to think if Venezuela is also on the list. I think Argentina as well. Hungary, believe it or not, Budapest is one of those countries. There's quite a bit where you can say, you know what, let me rather go to those countries and my rand will stretch as a start. And guys, like someone said, Ma, please book tell us about cheaper flights. I'll come and I'm trying to think how I'll do it because I only have one. Oh, I've got a phone. Okay, I'll come and show you. And just I won't sit here and say traveling is cheap. There's no such thing. Traveling is not cheap, but you just need to do it way before time. So book your tickets when there's enough time, and what I'll share with you, you'll understand what I mean. I'll show you this website. I'll show you how you scout for much reason. That's how I'm traveling right now. I don't choose to leave on Sunday if I leave a country. I only leave on the day when the ticket is cheaper. So I go strong and say, which day can I pack my bags? So travel like that. Don't say July. And I know when you've got kids, only June, July makes sense. But try and get to a habit where you say, when are the tickets cheaper in this place? And of course, people, and look for off season. We apply the same concept back home. We try and avoid high seasons because they rather go mid season to meet your kids halfway if they are still at school and you want to enjoy with them. But avoid high season and stop last minute decisions and whatever. It's nice to be spontaneous, but have a budget for it and do it once in a while. Because if you just wake up and you say, I'm traveling next month, boy, oh boy, you're going to pay 3 times more than someone who made time, made provisions, budgets. And guys, it's all about putting away every cent that you get, or as much as you can. If I say every cent that you get, then how do you live if you put away everything as much as you can? And then scout and check. And guys, you can put a notification how you do for your, if you're looking for a phone and it's sold out, and you put that favorite or whatever, so that when it's back on stock you are notified. You can do the same thing, but we'll talk further about that when it comes to tickets. When the price is dropped, then you are notified and you can. But don't travel according to your wants and wishes. Rather say, when are the tickets cheaper to go to this country, and book during that period. And I'll show you how it's cheaper, how it's a stay no go area. You stay away, strike, and you just stay away. But it is doable if I can do it. Someone will beg too difficult. Hey, hey, how that next? If I can do it, so you can also did it, and we can all did it. But let's just plan wisely, because yeah, once you plan, it will be much easier. So thank you for your time, darlings. I hope this helped someone. I hope you'll share with your children, because even if you don't travel yourself, we are raising a generation that needs to be outgoing. I met this beautiful soul last night when I was waiting for a plane. And guys, I fly early hours of the morning, late at night. My flight was 8:30. It landed here 11:30. I had to find accommodation closer to the airport, and that's what I do. I'll share that as well, because night time, that's where the tickets are cheap. So I'm also playing my game here. I'm not just splashing and spending, because I want my rent to go a long way. So while waiting for this plane, which ended up being, the flight was delayed even further, I met this awesome young lady. She's from Mexico, and if you know me, Mexico is my favorite country. Lord, oh Lord, oh my goodness, it's so expensive to go. But I'm hoping I'll touch the grounds as well. So she's also has been traveling. She's got a contract. She's a contract worker. And happy Workers' Day, by the way, my kids. Happy Workers' Day. So her contract ended, and she decided to travel. So this country is her sixth country, but she says she's now found another contract, and she'll be moving from her country, Mexico, to go work elsewhere. And it's something that we must also get used to it and do in life. Move from Joburg to work in Cape Town, in KZN, in Limpopo, when the opportunities are there. Stop when you are looking for jobs only in Joburg. Broaden your horizon. So she won't be going to, obviously she'll go back home to pack and wrap up things, but she'll be working elsewhere. But during this period when the contract ended, she's traveling. And those are the kids that we are raising. So raise that generation that travels. And it traveling, guys, yes, it opens your mind, it challenges you, it forces you. And guys, I was even thinking, if you are an introvert, it must be a nightmare to travel alone. Because I've spoken to so many people, others not by choice, because I needed to find out, how do I get this? Where do I go for this? And others that just dismiss me because they don't understand the language, or they don't feel comfortable, but mostly language barrier. But you push. And I was thinking, if you are an introvert and you feel it's taking away a lot from you, you're missing out on opportunities. And of course, you can maybe never be out there, but you just want to be able to have whole conversations. Maybe travel. because it will force you to talk to people. It will, when you're sitting, this lady came to me and said, can I help you, because I've got a backpack I invested on, an awesome backpack, and she had the same backpack. And when you get to the airport and they want to weigh it, you want to take out, it comes with a sling bag, but you can put everything at the back. So I was trying to remove my sling bag so that when they weigh my stuff, this thing is now not adding to my weight. Because guys, also I'll tip you on how to travel, let's not touch on that. So I'm removing my sling and putting it, and she sees I'm struggling. That's how we got to talk. And she said, can I help you? And she removed it from me. And that's where I got to ask her. Very young, in her 20s, you could see, traveling the world. I would love to, even if you didn't travel yourself because it wasn't your dream. We all have different dreams. Just because I love traveling, it's always been my big thing. I've traveled. I still want to do more. I still want to go to Africa, African countries. It's not everyone's cup, but whatever you dream of, live your dream. And if traveling is an investment you can give to your kids, please do, guys. Mina, I'll invest a fortune. Education, I go all out and non-negotiable. And I've had people question my decisions, but today they come back and say, I'm fuzzy, we know Gucci, why you went the route that you went. And traveling is another part that I will invest in when it comes to my children. If I wanna go to Norway, like it's the one of the most expensive countries, like Switzerland, and I've got the money, I'll give it as much as I count my rent, so that the cents, because the rent can take care of me. But when there's things, guys, I don't negotiate. I give. And let's do that for our kids, guys. It creates relationships. Your children will know other children elsewhere. Your children will have better opportunities there, or better yet, they'll have amazing relationships. They'll be open-minded. You are only in this box, and when people have opinions, you swear at them because it's a different opinion from yourself. Because when you travel, you meet different souls. There's no time to force your own beliefs and issues and your own knowledge and understanding and experiences on other people. No, like I always say to you, I sit here and share what I share about my life, what other people that I've lived with, what I've seen out there. And I force no one to say, oh, Uma said, go start with entry-level hotels and then meet. No, but now you've got information, you then take it and apply it how you feel it will work. And when you travel, you don't have time to sit and fight someone's opinion. If anything, you take it, you analyze it, you dissect it, and you say, okay, this one will work on my space, but in my world, because you are open-minded like that. But thank you, my darlings. I can talk the whole day. Your mom. I've got so much to share. And yeah, still on that, I want to say, there's times when I'm like, sure, I should have captured that to share with my kids. And then I remind myself, this journey is more about me. When you capture things, it's for others, and there's things that you just want to take it all in. So this travel journey is my own spiritual journey, if I call it that, or it's my own experience, my own travel journey. And as much as I try and capture things, but there's things that I just stand there and just speak to God, and I have no time to capture them. And forgive me, there might be someone who says, I wish Uma gave us more detail on that hotel that she shared. So I'll upload the video tomorrow on Cambodia, my journey in Cambodia, like the touch points of this and this, the whole thing. And I'll do that with most countries, where I sit and share what my experience was, and then the next day I hit you. Please, guys, support and just watch it. But I'll tell you, Guti, thank you to those who watch. And if you don't watch, don't stress. This is a legacy that I'm leaving for my kids and my grandchildren. So if you watch it with them, I'll be happy. But it's something that I'm capturing the moments for my children and my grandchildren. It's more the internal thing. It's just that, where do I keep it? If it's photos, I lose my phone, it's gone. But if I put it on YouTube, everyone who comes after me will see it, and we all leave different legacies, and this is one legacy I'm leaving behind, to push them to live their dreams, to say it is doable. And I'm still going to do that live to say, why am I here? Why did I wake up and decide? If someone thinks I woke up and decided. I even lost my train of thought. What was I thinking when I wanted to make this point? But love you, darlings. Yeah, I was just saying, if I don't capture something, forgive me, because it's my moment of truth. It's, yes, that's why, as much as I'm making relationships, I'm avoiding a lot of relationships, because it's my quiet space. It's for me to find healing. It's for me to grow as a person. It's for me to let go, relearn, unlearn, realign, and just be, I don't know if you ever be a new person, but be a better person, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, and as a human being. So adventurous and open-minded person, Shine. Thank you, honey. I want to see that. Minangas, why these comments don't stay. Thanks, Linda. Nyabonga cooking with notes. If I want to make it, that I call it that. Me. Thank you, my babies. And God bless. And thank you for sharing this with me. It means a hell of a lot. You have no idea. And at the end of it all, I might just come and say, surprise! I'm full of surprises. So those who will stay with me, obviously the info is captured. And yeah, let me not give away what I'm planning to do with people who will be traveling this journey with me. Love you, darlings, and God bless. And now there's one last question. How do I end this live? Oh my word! Yeah, ngiqalile, guys, ngi-enda njani, but let's just close. Whenever there's an X, whether relationship or what, get rid, just click that X and get rid of an X. So go try and get rid of this X. Uthini notes. We love you too, babe, and thank you for sharing. Pleasure, my honey band. So let's deal with an X. X on a solvegi. Love you, honeys. God bless.